Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Yesterday we got news that Bungie is preparing for a Marathon ViDoc covering new development update since their announcement unanimously, delaying the game's release back in June 17, 2025. We already know that the full game's release date will be by the end of March 2026 because Sony wants the game to fit within their fiscal year 2025 portfolio. However, it can always be sooner since Bungie has never officially confirmed a new release date. It is possible we'll know in this upcoming ViDoc. Before the ViDoc release, I do want to share my 10 Marathon wishlist that I have been pondering about for quite a while since their delay announcement, so here we go. At number 10, I want Bungie to change Marathon from playable hero shooter into a quote-unquote true class-based shooter. I am aware that the runners we had in past tech tests no longer have dedicated names but rather code names that reflect on their playstyle, but it's not enough. I would rather Bungie allow players the freedom to pick and choose through sets of abilities, similarly to how Destiny players would in their subclasses, which at number 9, I want Bungie to allow full creative freedom in player customization. I want to be able to mix and match my runner's shell and not by just applying a set skin over it. At this point in gaming, I don't mind having to pay for skins, but I do hope that Bungie will be the first to implement finding cosmetics in the maps or make getting cosmetics through buying them with in-game currency. Like, think about it, in each of your matches you are able to find and extract cosmetics for your runner shell and weapons, or save up credits by selling valuables in order to use to buy a skin. I'm just really hoping Bungie brings back the player customization to function similarly to how Halo Reach's player customization was. At number 8, I want Bungie to somehow make each match align with the story narrative. I can just imagine myself during a match exploring or looting, and randomly Durandal or one of the faction's AI start talking to my runner or towards each other. I just want something that makes the story feel alive, and that I'm involved in it, especially with how they set up that mystery in their cinematic trailer. At number 7, I want Bungie to make each map unique and has features that stand out from each other. Make it so that there are specific drops only found on certain maps for contracts or just for playing the game. I want each map to be populated and not have one map be oversaturated, therefore making the other maps longer in queues than the maps known as the endgame content map. It goes without saying that I want each map to simply be fun to play on. Each map should have its complex form of puzzles and good loot tied to them. Hell, make it where each map is like a Treyarch COD Zombies map, where there is a main Easter egg quest that the communities can interact with each other to solve the mystery, which in turn can heavily play a role into the story narrative. Or maybe have these very secretive puzzles to where one team or one player solves it and it opens up an entirely new map or area. The possibilities are endless. I know Bungie can do this level of map design because they've proven it multiple times in their Destiny raids and community events, and for Marathon, the ARG during the build up to its gameplay review trailer. One can only dream. Moving along at number 6. I want Bungie to make players find the appeal to play their ranked mode in addition to their quick play mode. While yes, I am a simple man, where if I can get an exclusive cosmetic for reaching a certain rank, it's cool and all, but there can always be more. I propose that the ranked mode has increased players and AIs with higher tier loot to drop more frequently than in quick play. For example, you have a higher chance of finding gold tiered items to drop from AIs in ranked as opposed to quick play AIs. Make players have to bring in their absolute best gear to queue up in ranked so that players feel rewarded for engaging in PvP. Make some cosmetics exclusively found in ranked. Those are just some ideas I've been brainstorming, but there really needs to be a reason why players choose to play ranked instead of quick play. At number 5, I want Bungie to render the exterior visuals to match the interior visuals. I feel like the exterior is extremely lacking behind what the atmosphere should really feel like to players. I was not really immersed into the world while I was exploring the exterior during my playthrough in the first closed alpha playtest compared to when I was indoors. The interiors are absolutely immersive, but it could be enhanced if the audio quality was also worked on. This also applies to the exterior audio quality as well. At number 4, I want Bungie to include the 4 as combatants. No, not 4, but 4. Not having the 4 as enemy combatants in Marathon is absolutely criminal. It's like not having the Covenant in Halo. The 4 will not only provide variation in PvE combatants, but they are important to the story in Marathon. As a matter of fact, I want Bungie to allow the robot AIs to talk to you as you fight them. Can you imagine you are low on HP and as one of the robot AIs walk towards you, you can hear them say you will not make it out of here alive in their robot voice or some shit. Or maybe even better, you can have a rare interaction where you can hear Durandal hijack a robot AI's body and Durandal is talking to you. Absolute cinema moment. I want Bungie to also allow the 4 to speak to each other in their language, and the players can hear it as they fight them. I'm really hoping to see or even be teased on what the updated visual of the 4 will look like in their ViDoc. Please, 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 Bungie, don't fuck this up. At number 3, I want Bungie to implement a firing range for players to test out their builds and or weapons before gambling it into their next match. Short, plain, and simple. At number 2, I want Bungie to have Marathon's AI Combatants difficulty to match Halo 2's AI Combatant difficulties. Maybe not Legendary difficulty in Quick Play, but most definitely have that shit on in Legendary difficulty in Ranked. I think a safe bet to make AIs killable but also a threat would be to have their difficulty match Halo 2's Heroic difficulty. As of my understanding on current AI difficulty, it is not up to Bungie's standards, which I know and believe Bungie can change and achieve. Finally, at number 1, I want Marathon to have a social space. Destiny 1 damn near changed and innovated the FPS scene by adding a social space. I literally see no reason not to have one. Imagine yourself walking around in this social space and seeing all these other mercenaries, interacting with the faction's AIs, going to these black markets to buy, sell, or maybe even trade gears before your next match. It just adds so much immersion points into the Marathon universe by simply having a social space. I know I'm heavily coping for these features in the full game's release, but I truly believe Marathon has so much potential that I fear will be only held behind just like Bungie's previous projects. I don't give a damn if they have to steal my ideas. Hell, I'd want them to. Sadly, I just have to remember that Bungie is afraid to over-deliver in their products. Guess I just have to continue huffing the copium. Let me know what else you want to see in the full game. I'm really interested to read any ideas I haven't thought of. Comment the game is dead on arrival, I don't give a shit. That's all I got for you. Thanks for listening.